You know, the one thing that you always have to look at when you're talking anything with Jalen or you're talking about the Eagles right now? Let's be real and let's be factual here with this. Nobody really knows anything right now. So, quite frankly, it's a wait and see, isn't it? It's a wait and see. That sucks. And I think that's what aggravates the majority of the people out there is that it's a wait and see. There's no definitive answers on what you can say about your football team yet because no matter how good the roster looks right now, the bottom line is what? It's all going to come down to how the quarterback plays and how well the head coach and DC act with the new unit. Howie, can you please turn my show back on again? Yeah, I'd really appreciate it. No, I promise. No. I promise I'm going to be kind today. Yeah, no. Please turn my show back on. Yeah, okay. Wait, I'm not sure. Can you please turn it on? Okay, yeah, okay, good. Okay, we're on. Hey, thank you, Howie. I gotcha. All right. Welcome back there, man. All good here. Appreciate everybody coming aboard here. It became the National 5-Minute Show. Thank you, Showtime. Thank you very much. Okay, all goose aimed at me. It's okay. Hey, you know we rock the world sometimes. Maybe Matt Nagy. Maybe that guy turned it off. Okay, the Goonies. Hey, I know who did it. Gavin Newsom. Dude, Gavin Newsom. He sure looks good on TV, but he's sure a shitty governor in California. That's for dang sure. We got notices that we're going to have rolling blackouts and such. I think you just experienced a rolling blackout. Yeah. How's that for you, man? Hey, Showtime, all good. No, it's California, man. Okay. Hey, Gavin, thank you. Thank you, really. What's next? He's going to start triggering earthquakes here in SoCal for me so that my show doesn't go on so all the folks can hear me barking at people and hear me aiming things at them. Welcome aboard again. Love the fact that, like I said, let's reset it here. We're 14 days out from training camp. 14 days from training camp. Okay? That's great. Because now rent's due. No more talk. And by the way, you know the one thing that you always have to look at when you're talking anything with Jalen or you're talking about the Eagles right now? Let's be real and let's be factual here with this. Nobody really knows anything right now. So quite frankly, it's a wait and see, isn't it? It's a wait and see. That sucks. And I think that's what aggravates the majority of the people out there is that it's a wait and see. There's no definitive answers on what you can say about your football team yet because no matter how good the roster looks right now, the bottom line is what? It's all going to come down to how the quarterback plays and how well the head coach and DC act with the new unit. With all the new pieces that you got on defense, the pieces that you now have added on offense, it's truly a wait and see, isn't it? You'd say all these things. Hey, look, we love this game here on this particular week or the first half of the schedule. Hey, man, it's all a wait and see. Nobody really knows right now how well this team is going to play. Hey, you know, people keep saying, well, Jalen's going to be better in his second year. So are the defensive coordinators against Jalen. What, you don't think the D coordinators now have game film on the kid and they're not going to adjust to some of the things that he does well, which is not a lot? And don't start throwing intangibles off at me. Okay, it's flat out. He can't throw the deep pass and he's not accurate. So what are the defensive coordinators going to do? They're going to construct a game plan to combat that. That's how they're going to do it. Okay? That's how they're going to do it, dude. Everybody right now they're kind of in a holding pattern on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles 2022. The only thing that we can truly do is guess. Daz, I don't really think the offseason has been that long. Okay? I don't. I don't think it's been that long. I think we've had a hell of an offseason so far. Okay, intangibles. Nice guys finished last. That's a great take, Showtime. I love that. Nice guys finished last. Let me throw some topics. And again, those of you just jumping aboard, I've got a bunch of lists here today. NFL executives rank the top 10 quarterbacks. I want to reset that. College football, I am part of the top 25. They asked me for my top 10 college football teams. No surprise, I'll tell you right out of the gate, Bama's one. Okay? I'll fill in the blanks with the other teams. Also, the power rankings for the top 10 NFL teams, I was asked by the NFL Network to throw my top 10 teams out. I will give that later on in the program as well. Let me ask you this, and let's get right to the topics here. It's been a great – by the way, would we not agree that the NFL has had a great offseason? It's been a great offseason. Yeah, Steven Jones did say that, Smile. Smile, get this. That's kind of where I'm going here with my topic. Way to go, dude. Feels like forever? Well, let me throw – oh, by the way, Kenneth, yes. From what I understand, the Eagles and 5 other teams have reached out to Julio Jones because the Eagles are looking for more depth at the quarterback position. I think he's going to wait until training camp starts or maybe even the first half of the season and wait for injuries where an opportunity goes for him. And I think he wants to – he's been offered, Julio Jones, from what I understand, he's been offered jobs to go and sign right now and show up to training camp. I think he's looking for a ring. I think he wants to go to the best opportunity he possibly can to try to win himself a ring. If I'm Julio Jones, I'm landing in a place like Green Bay. I'm landing in a place like Buffalo. I'm landing in a place like Kansas City. They need another one. I don't think Julio's a one, but I'll tell you what, 10 games, you got to worry about that Achilles injury that he's had. But for 10 games, okay, I'd be pretty good having Julio Jones on my football team. You're not going to get 17 games out of Julio Jones any longer. Colts would be great too, Gigi. So the Eagles are one of those teams because the Eagles, in my opinion, look, you lose Devontae or you lose AJ, you don't have anything really. And you're back to a year ago. Kind of a decent group, but not great. And if you're trying to develop a quarterback, that's not helping Jalen. Remember, everything has got to be perfect for Jalen Hurts to have success this year because he's not a perfect quarterback. He's not one of these elite guys. So when you don't have an elite quarterback, your team's got to be almost built perfectly. And that's what Howie has done. Howie has built the team almost perfectly. Okay? Running game's great. Wide receiving core has been upgraded. Tight ends are very good. You maybe want to add a little depth there at that tight end spot. Okay? Your O-line is spectacular. Defense has been added. That's going to help Jalen. By the way, the improvement on the defensive side of the football is also going to help Jalen Hurts. Because how many 3-and-outs are you going to see at the beginning of the season? Once a team gets out rolling, you see a lot of 3-and-outs, especially early in the year, especially a team that's trying to transfer itself into being from, a running team. They want to transform themselves into being a passing team or having more balanced, if that makes sense. Green Bay, KC, Buffalo, Philly. I'll tell you this too. San Francisco would be somebody that I would think that they could take a look at when it comes to Julio Jones. Adding him on the other side of Deebo Samuel, that'd be something to look at too. Well, let me throw this topic at you here. Stephen Jones did come out and say that he thinks Dak Prescott is superior. He's elite. I think he has elite moments. Okay? I think he has elite moments. Big Silz. Eagles think they have a shot with Hurts at quarterback. I do too. I do. As long as he protects it, doesn't put it on the carpet, I do. I think they got a chance. Health has got to play a factor here this year for the Eagles, though. They lose any big-time player in that offense like a Mulata, or they lose a AJ or Devontae, they lose Jason Kelce. That season will be a bumpy one. Okay? Who will be a better franchise in 3 years, the Cowboys or the Eagles? Who will be a better franchise? Before you answer that, Fletcher Cox, 1-year deal. Hardgrave going into his last year in his contract. Bradbury, 1 year. Slay's deal's up. Last year for Kelsey, what, he got 2 years left with Lane? You're not re-upping your running back. You got basically 8 guys that may not be on the football team next year for the Philadelphia Eagles. So before you answer that, your football team may not look the same next year. Look at all these 1-year contracts that you have. Your defensive tackles may be all gone. They may be all gone. They have Jordan Davis, obviously, on the rookie deal. You got Milton Williams. I'd love to see more playing time for him. Eagles think that they're going to extend Slade. They may, depending on how well he plays coming out of the gate. Who do you think will have a better franchise 3 years from now? The quarterback is better than the Eagle quarterback. CeeDee Lamb, is he better than A.J. Brown? I don't think so. Okay? I don't think so. Remember something on CeeDee. CeeDee had CB2 lining up on him because the majority of the time a year ago and previous years, Amari Cooper had the top corner lined up on him. Let's see how he performs with the best cornerback lined up on him. So I want to see CeeDee perform. I think their tight end is very good. I think he's comparable to Dallas. I think he is. That kid Schultz, I think he's pretty good. The running game, it's comparable, but the Eagles are better. The wide receiving core with Michael Gallup, I think it's pretty comparable. The difference is clearly the quarterback. And I would say that the aging O-line in Dallas has to be revamped. It completely does. So this is going to be an interesting question. How about this? The best football player between the two teams is Micah Parsons. The Eagles have nobody like Micah Parsons. I think Hassan Reddick is good. He's not that. Then again, I don't think the Cowboys have anybody like A.J. Smith. Excuse me. A.J. Smith. A.J. Brown. I don't think they don't have anybody like that. But here's the one thing that the Dallas Cowboys do that the Philadelphia Eagles don't traditionally do. They're going to go spend money. They're in salary cap hell right now because of 2 contracts. Dak Prescott's and Ezekiel Elliott's. Ezekiel Elliott will not be on that football team next year, and that's going to loosen up some money, and the cap's going up. So the Cowboys know this year, they were going to have to bite the bullet. They're going to have to go into the marketplace, and they're going to have to fill some gaps. Lamb not even better than Smith. I think he is. Or as good. He's got a better quarterback. He's going to put better numbers up. CeeDee Lamb is going to put better numbers up than Devontae Smith because he's got a better quarterback. You know Dallas led the NFL in offense last year? I mean, you're making the – and plus they blasted the Eagles off the football field twice. It was varsity versus JV. It wasn't close. That Monday night game was a train wreck. Okay? Was a train wreck. Actually, quite frankly, the Eagles haven't been competitive in the Dallas game in 2 years. So before you start barking that you're better than Dallas, you got to beat them first to make that comment. Okay? You got to beat them first. I think what last year, didn't CD? I think he had 1,000 yards last year, if I'm not mistaken. I hate that you say that about Parsons when he only did it once. Parsons is a great football player. Okay? He's not Lawrence Taylor, but he's a great football player. Eagles, really? Well, I haven't seen anything special out of Devontae Smith yet, bro. I haven't seen anything special. Lamb was on the number one offense in the NFL last year. Okay? The number one offense. Not the number one rushing offense. The number one offense. Okay? I mean, 68 catches or whatever he had for 900 yards is common. Hunter Renfrow had a better year. We will have a better player than Parsons this year. It will be Dean. Parsons played 1 year, and what did Dallas do with the number one offense? Joseph, do you really think that Nakobe Dean is going to be better than Micah Parsons? Where did you get that? Okay. Showtime said you're going to sweep the Cowboys. That's big talk for a team that's been destroyed by the Cowboys the last 2 years. By the way, this is not shit on Eagle. This is common sense conversation. You've put together, I think, a better team. But the quarterback play, again, will come down, and the coaching will come down. Like we said, there's 3 components this year. And that's why my question, how is this going to look in 3 years from now? Here, let's just piggyback onto the next one. Who will be the starting quarterback, in your opinion, in 2024? Who do you think will be the starting quarterback? Do you know that? You don't even know who the starting quarterback is going to be in 2023. All you know is that the starting quarterback for the Eagles is going to be, for 2022, Jalen Hurts. I can pretty much tell you that in 2024, Dak Prescott's going to be the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. That's stability at the position. The Eagles haven't had stability at the quarterback position since 2017. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You're talking 6 years where you've had no stability at that position. Granted, you've won. Granted, you've made the postseason. Granted, you're the most successful team since 2000 in the NFC East. All that's true. That's why when I'm having this conversation with you here, I'm looking at this thing on both sides. And I know sometimes you guys don't like to have a fair and balanced conversation. That's too bad. Cowboys have destroyed the Eagles the last 2 years. I don't care what you say. And it's never been close. There's been a lot of upgrades. But when you add a lot of upgrades and you don't practice a lot and you don't play in the exhibition, they're just dudes right now until they get out there and perform in September. Okay? I'd love to have Andrew Luck. I don't know, but if you've seen him lately, okay? TBD quarterback for the Eagles. Yeah, who's going to be the quarterback of 2024? You can't answer that with any certainty today on July 12th. You can't. You can't. You can hope if he balls out. What are some of the lines, Xander, that we hear? If he's killing it. Today on this day, you don't know. I know in Dallas who the quarterback's going to be in 2024. It's going to be Dak Prescott. Unless something catastrophic happens. Easy money. Crazy how a huge franchise like the Eagles goes into the 2023 not knowing what's or who's the most important position. They know it's the quarterback position. They can tell you all they want about getting A.J. Brown. Getting A.J. Brown could be the most insignificant signing of any football team this past offseason. Why? Because if Jalen sucks, it won't matter if you paid him $100 million. If you can't get him the ball, it won't matter. That's why, to me, the wide receiving position is the most dependent position in the offensive huddle. Okay? It is. Snap's got to be good. The line's got to block. The quarterback's got to find you. The quarterback can't overthrow you or throw it in front of you or behind you. All of that plays into playing the wideout spot. It's a dependent position on everything. Hey, wide receiver runs out, does a stop and turn. That's no guarantee the ball's there. Could be a fumble at the snap. Quarterback could snap and fumble it. Throws a pick. The ball's deflected. All of that comes down to the quarterback. We will never win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. You can't say that, easy money, because we've seen other quarterbacks like Colin Kaepernick get to the game. And I compare him to Colin Kaepernick. If Kaepernick can get there, I think Jalen can get there. Look, the way I talk, guys, I think you guys don't understand a little bit here how I approach things. I approach things on a realistic level, throwing a little passion in, but we have real conversations here. I don't rub the lamp and go, well, if he does this and that, I don't know that. We'll see. You can't answer that question right now on July 12th. Watch this. Who's a better quarterback? You want to see something where people get crazy, and you want to see people who don't have reality? Who's a better quarterback, Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts? Hear what you say. Who's a better quarterback? You want to see unrealistic comments? Get ready. If you had to have a quarterback right now to play for your football team between Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott, who would you take? It's Dak all night. It's Dak all night. More accurate. He's put up gigantic numbers. Guy's thrown. Daz goes, I'll never take Dak. That's your colors talking, but okay. Watch this. Daz, you'll never take Dak is a good answer. Okay? That's a good answer. Hurts by far, not close. Really. Hurts by far and not close. Really. Let me take a look at something here. I have to. Dak Prescott numbers. Let me take a look at this. Dak Prescott by the numbers. By the way, he's 52-32, 13-3, 9-7, 10-6, 8-8, 11-5. He's thrown for 36, 67, 23 touchdowns, and 4 picks. 33-24, 22 touchdowns, 13 picks. 38-85, 22 touchdowns, 8 picks. 49-02, 30 touchdowns, 5 picks. Last year, 4,449 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 picks. You think Jalen Hurts is ever going to put those kind of numbers up, like in your life? You really think he's going to put 4,900 yards up? Okay, tell me. Hurts for the paychecks. Hurts is a good running back. Dak is an empty calorie stat patter. I'm realistic. Hurts by far. I'll take Dak all night over that guy. All night. I think Jalen's got a better team, though. How about this? Xander, let me ask you this. Let's see what you got. If Dak Prescott's a starting quarterback on the Philadelphia Eagles, do they get to the NFC Championship game? Shit, I think they get to the Super Bowl and may win it. With that roster and how he throws the ball with talented wideouts, I think the Eagles would be 15-2. The Eagles would be 15-2. They win 6 games. Eric goes, you suck. This is Eagles town. Conversation once again goes sideways because some guy can't have a conversation. That's a dude that you just stop talking to because there's no reasoning with it. There's none. He'll tell you that Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the league. And you know by far he's like the 17th. Give me one of those quarterbacks in the Final Four of last year's playoffs. That guy's had great wideouts almost every year. Well, Jalen had spectacular wideouts at Alabama and lost his job. Actually, one of them that's on the team now was a freshman. His best wide receiving core actually was in Alabama with Calvin Ridley and Waddle and all them dudes. His best receiving core were all those first rounders at Alabama. And he lost his gig. Oh, college. Okay. He's had better wideouts. Yes, he has. He's had better wideouts. I agree, because the Eagles have not really had great wideouts, like ever. That's a fact. You're right. Something to be said about that. Silz, but wasn't Juju Smith? He had him at college at Oklahoma. He did. So wait a minute, not Juju, but he had CeeDee Lamb at Oklahoma, and he had all those great wide receivers at Alabama because he did have CeeDee Lamb at Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley. Bill, I love this guy, Bill. I do. I love this guy, Bill, here. Okay? Bill, I like it. I like it. All right. I got asked by the NFL Network to do the top 10 NFL teams. And they asked a bunch of us who I thought would be in that conversation for the top 10 National Football League teams. I'm going to unveil that next here. Please hit the like button. Don't forget, my friends, Big Silz here from Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free. Listen, if you're hurt or injured on the job, know this. Without a doubt, Morgan & Morgan is your company and your law firm that will get you the fair compensation for you and your family. For the people, it's not a slogan. It is who they are. For the past 30 years, Morgan & Morgan has collected over $13.5 billion with their 800 attorneys. I mean, it's the biggest law firm in the country, like I said. Offices in Philly, New York, and in Florida. Call them, please. 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. The consultation's free and the call is free. Call them 800-512-1600. And when you call Morgan & Morgan, tell them Big Silz sent you.
Resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually. And we're built to fight to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.